Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's Wednesday, and this is Chattin with CHAP, and I'm your host, Ginger Wade. I wanted to get on here with you guys because in a very short 2.5 hours, I'm going to have my new mouth appliance. So I wanted to get one more video in with you guys where you could understand what I was saying. And let you know that the next video will be on March 7th with my friend Bridget. I will be interviewing her so you can get to know her. So we will have more videos. It just won't be with me doing most of the talking. So anyway, today we're going to talk about the law. I encourage every single person out there who is homeschooling to read the law. So many of us rely on other people to tell us what the law says, what the law means. And I'm finding, even I just had a talk here locally recently on the law and explaining what the law means. I had a number of veteran moms who have been homeschooling for years, like 15 years even. Okay, so here I am. I'm back. Sorry, whoever was watching, I lost you. So here I am. I'm back. And so anyway, even veteran mamas, if you're paying attention to this video, you're going to want to listen to it the whole way through because you might be enlightened by something that you didn't realize before. So pass this around to new people, pass this around to people who are considering homeschooling. Veteran mommies, though, it's even good for you to listen. And I always encourage everyone to read the law on your own and really read it for what it says. Not what you think it says, or not what someone else has told you before, or what the school district thinks it says, or whatever. Oh, I forgot to silence my phone. I'm going to do that quick here. Sorry. Anyway, so I'm encouraging people at this point to just pull their kids out of school. If you know anyone who has kids in school, encourage them to pull their children out of school, especially if they're concerned about what's being taught in the classroom. Not even related to all the masks and vaccines and all that stuff, but the content of what's going on in the classroom. I had a conversation with someone at the lobby, and she just shared with me, she was a teacher, and she shared with me, they pulled their kids out, they've started homeschooling, but it occurred to her that even when she was in college receiving her education certificate, the way they were instructed in college turns them into, like, if you're concerned about CRT, the teachers are all trained to recognize CRT style things in anything they use. So it doesn't matter what type of curriculum they're using in the public school, they can turn anything into a CRT style thing. So you may not think that the curriculum is in your school, but the teachers are who have been trained in that. So any that are not old school, the new guard, as it will, they all have been trained in this method of teaching. So I just encourage people, bring your kids out, take your kids out, bring them home, homeschool, and share this video so they can get some pointers on the law, but still always read the law on your own. So anyway, so if you're currently homeschooling, you might find some interesting things in what I'm going to read today. So homeschoolpennsylvania.org, it's on our list of sites. Go there. You can read the law verbatim. I'm going to read straight from it here off of my laptop to you. But I want to read this. We're going to start with appropriate education is some terminology at the top. What is an appropriate education? It says, appropriate education shall mean a program consisting of instruction of the required subjects. I'm going to read those to you in a minute. For the time required, that's in what I'm going to read to you in a minute, in this act, and in which the student demonstrates sustained progress in the overall program. Sustained progress. Not grade level progress, not age appropriate progress. What does it say? Sustained progress. You were here at the beginning, you're further along at the end. That's all we're looking for. That's all the evaluator is looking for. Sustained progress in the overall program. Okay? So let's pop down here to the elementary. It says a little bit further down the page. It says at the elementary level. It says at the elementary school level, the following courses shall be taught. So this is the subjects to cover. At the elementary level is kindergarten through 6th grade. Through 6th grade, or first through 6th grade, if you will. Okay? Elementary level. English, to include spelling, reading and writing. Notice it didn't mention grammar. Arithmetic, science, geography, history of the United States and Pennsylvania, civics, safety education, including regular and continuous education in the danger and prevention of fires, health and physiology, physical education, music, art. Okay, that's what it says at elementary level. What doesn't it say? Does it say the term every year? Did you read that in there? Did you hear me say it? Does it say every year you shall teach these things? It does not. So mamas, I know so many mamas who think they have to teach every single one of these things every single year. Please release yourself of that burden. The law does not say that. There is no defining amount of time, okay, above an appropriate education for the time required. It didn't specify how much time you need to put in each of those, okay? Read what it says. Geography of the history of the United States and Pennsylvania. History of the United States and Pennsylvania. I mean, we live in Pennsylvania. How much history for the United States is here? A bajillion of it. Now, there's lots of U.S. history, and there's lots of things to learn. But I'm just saying, if you got really young ones, or whatever it is, you could do U.S. history in 3rd grade, do Pennsylvania history in 4th grade. You don't need to do everything every year. Please stop doing everything every year. You're like killing yourself. Obviously, English, reading, that stuff you have to continually be doing. Math, you need to be continually growing in that. But geography, day, and you don't have to be doing health and physiology every single day. And even with the fire stuff, it says regular and continuous instruction in the prevention of fires. What does regular and continuous mean? What does it mean? Does it mean every single year? Does it mean every single week? Does it mean every month? Does it mean a few times through their elementary years so that they are aware that fires are dangers? It doesn't say, does it? It's not specified. So take those things into your mind as you're reading the law. What does this mean? What does this say? Okay, there's many interpretations. So Wi-Fi keeps popping on and off. So I'm sorry about that. So the next section, I'm going to read it. It's a high school section. It says, at the secondary school level, the following courses shall be taught: English to include language, literature, speech, and composition. Okay? Science, doesn't say what science. It doesn't say biochem and physics. It does not say that. It says science. Geography. I am so frustrated with this silly thing. Mathematics to include general mathematics, algebra, and geometry. It doesn't say algebra 1 and 2. It just says algebra. Geometry, art, music, physical education, health, and safety education, including the regular and continuous instruction on the dangers of prevention of fires. Such courses of study may include, at the discretion of the supervisor of the home education program, economics, biology, chemistry, foreign languages, trigonometry, or other age-appropriate courses as contained in Chapter 5 of the State Board of Education. So, did you hear that? May include, not does have to include. It may include. If your child has zero interest in it, you do not need to do it. Again, fire, it says regular and continuous. It doesn't just define what that is. It doesn't say what your general math should be. It doesn't say how much algebra. It doesn't say how much geometry. It doesn't say which history of the United States. It doesn't, and notice it says at the secondary school level. What is secondary school? 7th through 12th. So, in 7th through 12th, you need to cover geography. You need to cover health. So, those can be done in junior high. They don't have to be done in senior high. So, it says here, the following minimum courses in grades 9 through 12. Now, here's the list for 9 through 12. Just get a little bit more specific here. But, 9 through 12, so secondary overall, the paragraph I just read for you is 7 through 12. Here's the specific list for 9 through 12. 4 years of English, 3 years of math, 3 years of science, 3 years of social studies, 2 years of arts and humanities. What's arts and humanities? Like everything that doesn't follow in the other 4 categories. What's a year? Guess what, supervisor? It's what you say a year is. Okay? It doesn't say credit. It doesn't say this many hours of work. It doesn't say an entire book. It doesn't say this much lab time. It says years. And you as a supervisor determine what that is for your student. Geometry. It doesn't say. It doesn't say. So read the law and pay attention to what it truly is saying and what it is not saying. As far as credits go and transcripts, that is something that is used to go into college, for financial aid, things like that. There is nothing actually in the law about having a transcript with credits in it. There's nothing in the law that says you must have X number of credits to graduate from high school. You have to fulfill these requirements. The list of things that's in the paragraph that I read and those 5 bullet points there that I read for 9th through 12th grade. Very important. It's very important because so many people misinterpret the law, or someone tells them something that's not the case, and then they labor and labor and labor under this misunderstood description of the law. So know what it says. Know what it means. There's so much freedom and flexibility in our law. There's concrete terms. There's not a lot of concrete terms as far as definites with time and all those sorts of things. Like I have on my notes here, day, it says, you have to, above where it lists what you need to do, a child who is enrolled in a home education program and whose education is therefore under the direct supervision of his parent, guardian, and person having legal custody shall be deemed to have met the requirements, blah, blah, blah. If that home education provides a minimum of 180 days of instruction or 900 hours at elementary or 990 hours at high school. Another thing, your child does not have to record hours once they hit high school. It does not say that in the law. You can still record days. I know of some evaluators who are saying you have to switch to hours. It's not true. It's not what the law is saying. Okay, it's not what the law is saying. Read what the law says. It doesn't say how long a day is. What defines a day? You decide how much work is for a day. Each child is different. That's what's awesome about homeschool. Each child is different. One child, a day has got to be done in 2 or 3 hours because they don't have the ability or whatever to go more. Other kids are really motivated and really want to learn, and they'll put in hours of study. And that's a day for them. That's great. It's up to you as a supervisor to figure out what that should be. There's no concrete term that day equals 8 hours like the public school. It doesn't have to be that. Okay? What is a year? I said 4 years of English, 3 years of math, 3 years of science. What is a year? Again, it's not like a credit. It's not like 120 hours. It's not like the whole book or 2/3 of the book or whatever it is that other people have said completes a year. It's whatever you say it is. You are the supervisor. A year is a year is a year. Okay? It's whatever you say it should be. If you think it's math, we have to do it every day that we do school, then fine. Then that's what you've deciphered it should be. Shall be taught, with the phraseology shall be taught is in there too. It doesn't say how much. It doesn't say how many weeks. It doesn't say how many months. It doesn't say how many pages of books that you should do. It doesn't say which curriculum you should use. I know that there's evaluators that say, nope, in high school you absolutely have to use Knotgrass. No, no, no. No. Is Knotgrass good? Oh, yes. Knotgrass is great. I love Knotgrass. But you don't have to use Knotgrass, okay? There's no specifics like that in the law. Please, 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 for your sanity, know the law and know what it says and know what it means. And I encourage you, if you know evaluators who are saying the things that I've given you samples of that do not go along with the law, please let them know. And you can be gentle about it, because do you know that the law actually doesn't say that? Please have the courage to share with the evaluators that that's not in the law. And if you know the law, then you can tell your evaluator that, or your former evaluator. And also, if you're looking to become an evaluator, or if you are an evaluator, we are going to have an evaluator training session at convention. Barb Bideman's doing it on Friday. I think it's at the 4:30 time slot. And she is going to explain what evaluating is, what the requirements are, what it is that you're actually doing as an evaluator. And I think it's very valuable. I learned so much because I didn't understand what evaluators did. And she's from a group, she's out in Pittsburgh, and there's a group of ladies out there, man, they really know the law, and they know what it says, and they, to the letter of the law, and it's great. So she has an understanding that I didn't have that she shared with me. So it was very eye-opening for me after, 13, 14, 15 years of homeschooling, to learn these things. So again, at convention, there will be an evaluator session. I encourage you to come and learn, even if you don't want to be one, but you want to know what it is that an evaluator should be doing, come and learn. It will be a very good thing. But I want to just encourage you all out there, please enjoy the freedom that is in the homeschool law. Yes, you'll go to HSLDA's site or all those other things, and it says that Pennsylvania is one of the hardest states to homeschool in and all that. The only reason it's one of the hardest is that we have the paperwork. The affidavit really isn't hard, and the objectives is just a hoop to jump through. It's kind of silly. And the evaluator really isn't a big deal if you have an evaluator that's following the law properly. Okay, but if you read the law and read the verbiage, it is very general. Okay, it's really not, gripping or chaining or anything like that. There are suggestions, and I do think those suggestions were made because they were concerned about the welfare of the kids that, parents will be doing there. And we do. We love our kids and we want them to learn. But please don't take it as a terrifying thing. Okay, you have, all these years, 7 years in elementary, K through 6, and 6 years in high school, 7 through 12, to learn the list of things that they have in there. And they, like I said, they don't quantify any of it. They let you quantify it. As long as there's sustained progress, which is what was in the law. So again, I encourage you, homeschoolpennsylvania.org, Pennsylvania Homeschool Law. It's right there on the front page, right in the middle. Click on it. You can read it verbatim. Please be familiar with it. And please, once you learn it, share with others. When you hear things, no, that's actually not quite right, or share this video or whatever, just in a kind way, but just so that everyone has the education they need and aren't laboring under something so much more than it needs to be, right? So I hope this brought enlightenment to your eyes today. I hope this brought knowledge to you. I hope this is helpful. Joy homeschooling. It should be a joy. It can be a joy. And I know it's hard. The joy may come years down the road. I'm kind of a spot where I have older kids and I have younger kids. So the younger is a little bit harder, but as you come along and as you keep going and you see what adults your children are growing into, it is a joy. It is a joy, and you will never regret spending that time with them. You will never regret it. So, before I sign off today, I did want to say that Facebook, we're actually losing our social media coordinator soon. So we are not going to be keeping up regular posts on Facebook. We are, however, looking to start a presence on Rumble. We're going to have to learn how to do it, and probably Gab. So when I get back on my feet in March doing videos, we'll probably be trying to learn how to post on Rumble. And then eventually have someone to do some things on Gab. So Christian Homeschool Association of Pennsylvania, if you look us up on either, you will find us. We're there, but there's really nothing there yet. But get connected to us, because we will be developing those places. We've been longing to get off Facebook for a long time for some obvious reasons. Control. I know there's a lot of you here on Facebook, but I encourage you to look for us in other places. We will probably leave our content here for you to find in the future, but our new content is going to be going on to those other places. So again, sign up on the e-news, chaponline.com, contact. You can sign up for the e-news on that menu, And then you can stay abreast of what's happening, because we'll make sure that there's information on that in the e-news. And we'll post something on Facebook at some point in time when we have it. And if you love Gab and you want to be our Gab person, or love Rumble, want to be a Rumble person, let us know. And yeah, we look forward to doing homeschool together with you through the rest of the year and on. All right, have a great day and enjoy your new knowledge of the law. All right, bye.